Alright, this is what the Natal 40 backpack looks like on. I'll do a slow turnaround. The website doesn't exactly specify the dimensions of this pack, either its total volume or any of its measurements, so we're just going to have to measure it and see. Overall, it's pretty comfortable on the back. The straps feel pretty comfortable. It has a waist belt here with a big, strong buckle that you can adjust, and it has a little stretchy keeper here so you can keep the extra slack of the straps. Let's see, up here we got a sternum strap. Has some adjustment there. They need to be loose a little bit. In general, it feels pretty comfortable on the back. It's an olive drab color because that's what they had available at the time. And it's actually from Australia, so it takes a little while to get it shipped. But we can take a look at the specifics of it and yeah, see what you think. Once again, this is the Natal 40 backpack. Alright, this is the Natal 40 backpack that I mentioned earlier. It's by a company called Pentagon products. See if I can get close enough there. They're from Australia. Well, if we can look at the back of the pack first, and we see these straps have a nice soft mesh material on them, a lot like the Pygmy Falcon 2 straps and the Vulture 2 straps. The back here has two raised pad areas, and the nice thing about these is they're pretty cushiony. They feel about half as firm as, say, the Snug Pack packs or North Face or Kelty. They're not quite as hard, they're a little more cushiony. And the lower pad here is also pretty comfortable. There's these hip pads here that are removable, and you can actually tuck them right down into the lower back portion. If I can get that jammed all the way. Yeah, you have to probably work with that to get it flatter, but you can shove them all the way in the side, or you can pull them all the way out. Pretty simple. And there's two of those. Each side has two compression straps. There's an upper one that has a removable buckle, and you can cinch down. And there's the lower one on each side, which doesn't have a removable buckle, but it is cinch adjustable, cinch it up and down. Now each side has kind of like, they look sort of like a water bottle pocket. Here, this mesh material, but they're it's kind of small and kind of tight. I gave it a go testing it with this water bottle because it's kind of skinny, and you could kind of work it in here, but it's not going to be easy. If you have a really skinny water bottle, that can work, and it does fit in there. But otherwise, I suppose you just use it for something smaller, flashlights or snacks, or I don't know, whatever could fit down in there. Let's see what else. On the straps themselves, there are some loops for attaching different materials, and these rings here are thick plastic. The sternum strap is adjustable up and down, and then the straps obviously cinch there with buckles. So yeah, the material itself, it feels like a pretty nice quarter of material, pretty solid. It feels a lot like those Condor products do. So probably what, 700 denier nylon or so, quarter kind of material. Pretty nice. Now another interesting thing, this appears to have rain flaps right over each zipper. So that's kind of a good feature to keep them clean and dry. Well, let's look at the front. The front of this pack has kind of like a big cinch material here. I guess you could use it to stick a jacket or something in there and then just like cinch this thing down. It's all stretchy. There's also these two extra loops, which I'm not quite sure what they're for. One each there with an extra cinch strap, maybe for I don't know, a tool of some kind, or a baton, or who knows, an axe. Not sure. But here's where the name comes from. Yeah, so I'm not sure if Natal 40 means 40 liters or some other measurement, but I have to measure the bag because I don't know what the dimensions are. The website doesn't say. Alright, well, on to the first pocket here, the front pocket. Now the zipper, these zippers don't have any paracord pulls, but that could be easily added. They have these pentagon shaped things in the zipper, but let's see what's in the front. The two zippers, the front zipper's smaller, the back zipper's a nice big thick zipper like those Snug Packs, and I think they should have used that in both places. Well, this is just filler here. Okay, you can see there's a decent amount of space in the front of this pack. I mean, I would guess, what is it, about 3 inches from front to back, and then in height, probably about, what is that, about 16 inches or so, as a guess. There's no organization in the front. It's kind of a downside, I suppose, but it does have a material, a film. I'm not sure if it's just a polyester or something, or if it's a water resistant thing. There's also a big netted area here with a zipper, so you can fit small objects in here. I guess you could put different pouches in here as well for organization, but there's just this netted pouch in the front, and that's it. So it's kind of a little lacking on organizational things, but as far as a bag to stash things in, you know, it's got a decent amount of space. Alright, well let's take a look at the back part. Now as I said, this is a lot bigger zipper on the back part. It's a lot smoother, a lot larger, more like the Snug Pack zippers are, or maybe the Maxpedition zippers too. And like I mentioned about the fabric, it's reasonably stiff and thick, but like here's a Pygmy Falcon 2 for example, it's not quite the same stiffness as the Maxpedition bags are. So I'm not sure about water repellency because their site doesn't say, but it's of decent quality. It feels pretty sturdy. Now each of these zippers too, as you'll notice, only goes about maybe a third of the way down. So I guess it would keep maybe moisture and dirt out of the pack, but then you got to reach down in there more to get stuff. This one has a big pillow, so. Okay, now inside here, you'd see a pretty big pocket. Looks to me about 5 inches front to back perhaps, and then taller than the front a little bit, so maybe 19 or so inches tall, I'm not sure. And width, 15 or so inches wide. I have to check that. There's a padded back panel here, pretty smooth, and it looks like some kind of a laptop pouch or something pocket down in here, right in the back panel. So that's kind of an analysis of the pack and what it looks like in its construction. Actually, some improvements that I think this company can make with this pack would be things like, it has a pretty decent strong handle, but I think they could have made these water bottle holders more functional. They're on here pretty snug now. I think if they had maybe made them, let's say, an inch bigger in the fabric, it's very stretchy fabric like it is on the patches on the back. But if they made it maybe an inch bigger or so, it would hold a lot more options of bottles and things there. It'd be way more functional, I think. Another option could be maybe instead of the stretchy material, maybe a pocket or an organizer thing there, or maybe just inside a little more organization besides just one netted thing and that's it. Also, I think zippers. They could use this big zipper and put it on this front as well. This is kind of a thin, I guess more delicate zipper. I don't know. It's okay, but it would seem like, oh, there's also like a little key keeper in here, but that's a little bit of organization, but not much. Yeah, if they would put this big zipper on the front pocket too, that's a really nice zipper. So it seems like a decent pack overall. The hard thing was it comes from Australia, so you have to pay like $25 shipping and wait a couple weeks to get it, but it seems like a pretty durable pack. This is the olive drab, which is what's available now. It also is supposed to be available in navy and black, sand. There's like a desert camouflage. There's probably a woodland or forest camouflage kind of a thing, but it seems to be a pretty decent pack. I'll have to put some things in it and test out, you know, how it carries and things like that, but it seems pretty comfortable overall, and it's not gigantic. I mean, just by looking at it and compared to those other packs, you could say maybe this is maybe it's a 30-liter pack or something like that, or 32, or maybe it is 40, and that's what the 40's for. I'm not sure. But like I said, the site has no measurements, so once I may fill it up and measure it again and see if I can put them on this video, so at least it gives you an idea of what kind of size bag we're working with. Alright, thanks for watching. I would see if a laptop fits in here. This is a 15.4-inch laptop. It's too big for the sleeve, but it will fit in the back of the pack. So in case you have a laptop about that size, it'll make it, but it won't fit in the sleeve.